I still smell the lilies when I close my eyes. 200 faces staring, mouths open like baby birds waiting for a lie. And right there, in a $14,000 dress that I paid for, the woman I was supposed to marry laughed while her aunt called my mother a walking clearance rack. I took the microphone, told the truth, and set the whole fairy tale on fire. You're about to hear exactly what happened next, and why some people should never mistake silence for weakness. My name is Caleb. 32. Fixed income trader. I can read a yield curve faster than most people read the weather. People think I'm cold. I'm not cold. I just learned early that numbers never lie and people almost always do. Mom raised me alone after Dad died in a warehouse accident. Night shift ER nurse. Hands that smelled like iodine and coffee. She still keeps his old Timex in her purse like it might start ticking again if she believes hard enough. That navy dress she wore to the wedding. She bought it on layaway. 6 payments. She told me not to look at the tag. I looked anyway. I met Elise at a pitch event 3 years ago. She had a fintech startup, a smile that could sell ice to penguins, and a family that talked about generational wealth the way other people talk about the Super Bowl. They called me the golden ticket when they thought I couldn't hear. I heard everything. 2 nights before the wedding, I found Mom in the hotel lobby folding and refolding a tissue. She looked up and said, so quietly I almost missed it. They keep asking how much the dress cost. Like it's a joke with a punchline they already know. I kissed her forehead and told her they were nervous. She looked at me like I was 12 again and still believed in Santa. The string quartet was warming up. I was adjusting my cufflinks, little silver knots Dad used to tie fishing line with, when the words floated over the champagne flutes. Elise's aunt, voice sharp enough to cut glass. Look at that one in the cheap seats. That's not a mother of the groom. That's a thrift store tragedy in heels. Elise laughed. Not a polite chuckle. A real, bright, delighted laugh, like someone just told the best story at the party. Mom's shoulders folded inward like a paper crane getting crushed. Something inside me snapped so cleanly I heard it. I walked straight to the DJ booth, took the mic, and felt the room inhale. Hi. Quick announcement before we begin. If you can laugh while someone humiliates my mother, you don't belong in my life. Wedding's off. I set the mic down. The feedback squeal sounded like the world agreeing with me. And that was only the preview. Elise's mom marched over like I'd spilled red wine on her soul. You're embarrassing us. No, I said, you did that yourself. Her dad tried the good cop routine, son, let's talk numbers. Reasonable people. I am being reasonable, I answered. I'm just done paying for the privilege of being disrespected. My phone was already vibrating itself toward the edge of the table. Texts from her brother, you owe us for the rehearsal dinner, bro. From Elise, come back. We can fix this. I'll say whatever you want. Whatever I want. That was the moment I realized love had never been the currency. I found Mom by the coat check. Eyes red but dry. Spine made of rebar. She said, get me out of here before I say something unchristian. I told her, already handled. She looked at me, really looked, and whispered, I raised a man. I almost cried right there between the fake ficus trees. Instead I started making calls. Here's what nobody saw coming. Every vendor contract. My name. My card. My cancellation clauses. The venue, the quartet, the florist, the photographer, every single one had a line that read, event payer retains unilateral right to terminate without cause and direct all refunds. I wrote those lines myself at 2 a.m. months ago because something in my gut whispered, trust but verify. By 4 p.m. that afternoon I had triggered every single one. By 6 p.m. the money was already reversing, $87,400 flowing back into my accounts like a river running uphill. By 8 p.m. Elise's family lawyer showed up at my door with a demand letter for emotional damages and reputational harm. I handed him a flash drive. On it, screenshots of them mocking my mother, the group chat receipts, the forged text messages her brother tried to plant with my compliance office claiming insider trading, and Piece de resistance, the loan document her father had already pre-signed with my name, ready to submit to a private lender Monday morning for $250,000. I watched the lawyer's face go the color of skim milk. I said, "Tell your clients the price of disrespect just went up." Counteroffer starts with a public apology to my mother and ends with them never speaking my name again. He left without the flash drive. I still have it. Insurance looks different when you're the one who can burn the village down. A week later, Mom and I sat in the same diner we used to go to when she'd get off night shift and I still had homework. She cut her pancakes into perfect squares and said, "You know the worst part? I would have smiled through it. For you." I told her I know. That's why I couldn't. Some people think walking away is weakness. I think staying when your soul is screaming is the real cowardice. So I'm asking you, right now, look at the screen. If the person you loved most in the world laughed while someone shredded your mother's dignity, could you stay? Would you forgive? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one. And Mom does too. See you under the next video.